Are you considering starting your own home daycare? Sit tight, this video is for you. I've got 10 tips and tricks on how to start your own in-home childcare. Hi, my name's Carissa, and I have run my in-home daycare called Carissa's Creative Kids for the last 3 years out of my home in Alberta, Canada. Here's my 10 tips for new providers just starting out. So my first tip is deciding if a home childcare is right for you. Emotions can run high in a 2-year-old who hasn't had a nap. Just developmentally, these are critical stages, but they can be stressful to an adult. Look in yourself and decide, do I have the patience and understanding for an upset child? Can I handle all of these emotions while still staying calm? Most important, do you have a love for children? This is not for everyone. You really need to have a passion to be successful in a childcare setting. My second tip is to definitely check out the rules and regulations in your area for starting an in-home childcare. Here in Alberta, we're allowed to care for 6 kids plus our own 2 during the day. So you really need to make sure that you're following all the rules and regulations that are set in place for your childcare. Oftentimes you can just look under your government website to find these rules and regulations, or you can even chat with other providers in your area and just get an idea for how you need to start this childcare and what the process is in starting up. Tip 3, choosing to go with an agency or private. You kind of have to decide what's best for you. Going with an agency, you will get top-ups from the government, but you have to have your childcare certification levels. And in order to get those, you either have to work for a daycare or be with an agency. Your certification levels is actually quite costly. It can cost up to $5,000 per level as a college course. So you kind of need to look at that as, well, do I want to spend $5,000 so that I can make a couple hundred extra a month? Or you kind of have to weigh it out. Another bonus with going with an agency is oftentimes they will provide children for you and you won't have to do any of the searching. But some agencies don't do that, so you really need to choose your agency wisely. Another factor that goes with choosing an agency is an agency will take fees from you each month per child. In my area, I know some agencies that will take $30 per child per month, up to like $130 a child per month. So you really need to consider that as well. Being private, I am boss of my own company. I get to decide what goes on in my contract, in my house, with the parents, my rules and regulations. They're all my own. That being said, being private, I also need to collect money from parents, and sometimes that can be a bit of a hassle, especially if a parent is late to pay and you don't want the confrontation of telling the parent, well, now you have to pay late fees. So an agency would do that for you as well. Some other benefits of being private would be that an agency wouldn't come in and check on you every month. You're really just doing your own thing. It's your business, your rules. Everything is on you. Tip 4, getting your credentials. When parents come to interview you, they're going to want to see things like a police record check, references. They want to know that you have your CPR and first aid, and they want to know that you're just an overall good person. So having like background check done on you and having that available for parents is really important in building the trust. I like to get a background check for every adult in the house. So I actually have mine and my husband's background check pinned to our parent board at our day home entrance, and parents can see it all the time. We're not hiding anything. Tip 5, setting up your space. This is my favorite part of the whole childcare experience. I love creating new and exciting spaces for my kids to come and play. I think having a fun space that's well organized, clean, and inviting and engaging for the kids is really important. It gives the kids something to do during the day. And when parents see your space, they're going to want their kids to be here. Biggest tips for setting up your space is actually to do it in centers. So for myself, I have 5 centers. I have our reading corner, our dramatic play area, our block corner, our science area, and our craft space. And I just like to have it separated like that. The kids can go to whichever corner they want and they know what to do in that corner. It gives them a really good idea and it really encourages learning. So that's one of my biggest tips for you. Create centers if you can. I know it's kind of hard in a home childcare setting when you're really just doing this in your home, but having a designated space for your childcare is crucial. It really sets you apart from other childcares in the area. Tip number 6, writing a solid contract. This is a copy of my contract. It is 22 pages long and it has got all of my rules and regulations in here. I could do an entire video on what I put into this, but I think it's important that you know whatever you put in this, the parents need to follow these rules. These are the guidelines to your business. If you do not follow your own guidelines, then parents aren't going to follow them either. So making sure that you have clear intentions in here on what you want to see from parents and kids is crucial. My best tip when writing your contract is to see if you can find some other providers who will provide a copy of their contract for you. You don't have to take their whole contract, but read it over and see what you like in it and what you don't like. Put into your contract the things that you want to see in your child. I like to have my contract in a well-presented folder just for parents so that they know that I'm professional. This is a serious task. And you can also include a second copy of your contract for parents to have on hand. Myself, I keep one even at my day home entrance so that when parents come and I say, well, you're 10 minutes late, you have to pay your late fees, it's in our contract, and they try and fight me on it, I can pull out my contract right then and there and show them. This is where it is. This is what needs to happen. Tip 7, developing a solid plan for your daycare. When parents come to interview, oftentimes what they want to see is what you feed the kids, what kind of activities you guys do during the day, and what happens every hour of the day. So by already making those lists of things, you can pull them out at your interview and you're going to look 10 times more professional and ready for this undertaking of starting a childcare. For me, I made lists of different skills that I would work on with the kids, like scissor cutting, writing numbers and letters, identifying numbers, letters, and colors, just all those types of skills that they need to be ready for kindergarten. I had them all printed out on a nice, neat list, and I showed parents, these are the things that we're working on. And then for food, I made up some sample menus for, I think I did 3 weeks of sample menus, and I just showed parents those. These are the things that I will be cooking for kids. I like to keep it healthy, but kid-friendly. We always have fruits and vegetables with our main and sides. Just things like that. Parents love to see that. They love to see that you're organized and you know what you're doing. Tip 8, advertising your space. So for me, advertising is very crucial. You want to know where you're going to advertise. Okay. So for me, I always advertise on Facebook groups. That's where I get like 90% of my clientele. Another spot that I've gotten a couple clients from is actually Kijiji. Just making sure that you have really great pictures of your space and that you're not just taking a picture of a basket of toys beside your couch. Parents really want to see what activities your kids do during the days. They want to see pictures of meals that you make. I would really advise you against posting pictures of hot dogs and chicken nuggets, because a lot of times that's really just not something that parents are finding overall healthy. So maybe just do some Pinteresting, find some really kid-friendly meals that are also like really delicious and look good. Another thing that you should do is take lots of pictures of your kids outside. Parents don't want to see a TV in your day home space. They want to see that the kids are going to be having fun. They want to see open-ended toys and lots of experiences. These kids could be coming to you every single day from 7 till 5. They want to know that their kids are going to be having fun and learning and just enjoying their childhood. So make sure that you're not posting pictures of just a picture on the wall or like your parent board. They can't see those things. They can't read what's on the pictures. They don't want to see your bathroom. They don't want to see things like that. They want to see clean, well taken care of childcare space that's fun, engaging, and inviting to the kids. Another place that you can advertise your childcare is also at places like a school, a library, a store that has a bulletin board for advertisements, and also just by word of mouth. If you have clients coming in and they love you, they're going to tell their friends, hey, check out this childcare. They're awesome with my kids. They love my kids. And that's really important. You want to know that they can trust you. So word of mouth goes a long way. Parents want to know that their babies are safe and well taken care of during the day. Presenting yourself in a good way and showing that you love these kids and that you are willing to get down on the floor and play with them is really important. One of your biggest compliments is going to be the day when a kid doesn't want to go home because they're having so much fun. And the parents are going to see that and they're just going to think, oh my goodness, I have the best childcare ever. And you really want to strive for that. Tip number 9, picking the right families for you. One of the biggest things that I think is really important when you are starting up your childcare is picking the right families. Not every family is going to work for you, and it's important to know that. When I first started, I really just wanted to fill my spaces. I wanted kids to come in and I just wanted to start making money. And that was really a bad idea for me. What I ended up with was some families that were really just not right for me and my childcare space. I had families who were showing up late to get their kids. I had families who were coming early in the morning. All of those things were really bothering me. So I just went ahead and made the decision that I needed to find families that respected me and my time and showed me the professionalism that I wanted to be at. Some things to note when you are interviewing families is you really want to get a sense of what the family is like. You want to know the hours that they're dropping off and picking up their kids. You want to know if they have a backup care for their kids, if they're sick. You want to know all of these things. Having good families is going to make or break you. Having families that stress you out is not going to make you want to do this job. You need families that respect and love you for loving their kids. It's really important that you really make sure that you find families that you are well connected with and that you can talk to easily and they're respectful. I know it's really hard at first when you're trying to start up and you just want to get families in there so that you can start making your income and filling your spaces. The same goes for kids. If the kids come and they're just wild and not respecting their parents or already trying to make a huge mess and break your toys, you're not going to want those kids, because you're going to have to spend 8 to 10 hours with them a day, and it's just going to be madness. You're not going to want to be with these kids. So you really want to make sure that you find kids who are something that you can handle. I know not all kids are going to be perfect, and I definitely don't try and just pick perfect children. I just try and find kids who I think are respectful enough that they'll listen, and they've been brought up in a way that I would also bring up kids. Because in the long run, you are bringing up these kids as well, just as much as their parents, really. So it's really important that you make sure these kids are right for you and they respect your space. Tip number 10. So tip number 10 is probably one of my most important tips to you. Provider burnout is such a real thing. You can get into a slump so easily when it's just you with all these kids during the day and you're constantly taking care of everybody else's needs. It's so important that you are taking care of your needs as well. Some things I like to do for myself is just, if I can find time during the day, even 10 minutes during nap time, to sit down with a cup of coffee and just relax, I try and take that time. The thing I do for myself is just put on some makeup in the morning so I feel better about myself. It's just the little things that I can do to help myself during the day. Another thing that I do is I order from these food boxes like HelloFresh, and I order Good Food right now. But it's like dinner is already made and it's not something that I have to think about. The cost is a little bit extra, but it saves me so much time and effort, and I don't have to go to the grocery store and worry about what I'm going to buy for dinners. They're already thought of. It's just, I go upstairs after my day is done. I can make dinner, no problem. And it's just one less thing for me to worry about. House cleaner come in once a week, so I'm not stressing all day about my bathroom not being clean or like a mess that I wasn't able to get to. Every Tuesday, I have these amazing girls come in and they work on my house. They make my upstairs clean. Then they come downstairs and they do a deep clean of my day home space. Anything that I just can't get to during the week, these ladies do it for me, and it is so worth it. What I find very important is to basically give yourself small rewards just for doing this job. I like to go and have my nails done once a month. Sometimes I will just buy myself an outfit or something because I can, and I'm making my own money, and it's, my bills are paid. I always make sure of that first, but I like to reward myself and just like keep myself happy as much as I can. I also enjoy booking trips for my family and making sure that my kids know they have to share their mom, but it's really okay because at the end of the year, we're going to go to Disney World and we're going to have such a fun time together. 2 weeks, just us together as a family, and it's a good thing. So it's really important that I do these things for myself in order to keep my provider burnout down. Another thing that I do is I try and stay off my phone as much as possible when I'm during childcare hours, because I just get into that rhythm of scrolling, and then I just get lazy and I don't want to do anything. So if I'm up and I'm moving and I'm getting excited and doing crafts with the kids and doing activities and taking them outside, that's when I'm happy. I know I work best under those situations, so I try my best just to do that. It goes without saying, you're going to feel better overall if you make sure that you're eating right and exercising and just like healthy ways of getting rid of stress, right? I love to do dance parties with the kids and just move my body. And honestly, it's so good for me and it's so good for them. So these are just some of my helpful tips to get you inspired and like, just do something for yourself when you're in this position, because this is a very high stress job at times. It can be so rewarding and I love it. I even love it on my bad days, but you know what? We all need to take time for ourselves, and it's so important in this career to understand that you cannot pour from an empty cup. So take care of you so you can take care of them. I just want to say thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I would love it if you would check out my other videos. I have so many ideas for home childcare videos coming out. I'm really just starting this channel, but I would love the support, and it just feels good to be connected with other providers. I'd love to hear your experiences. You can comment some of your helpful tips down in the comments below, and I'd love to read them. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.